attention on me. Lois Lane. Welcome to Comics League Dark. I am Jared, and I'm here with the boys. So let's get the boys in here. By the way, what's up, Tevia? So let's go. Let us assemble the crew. So first off, we have the old man himself.
I am Phoenix.
Hello, sir.
Kenobi.
Yes. Then we have my fellow super friend and Suicide Squad game enjoyer.
All the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
Taladia, what is up, my brother?
Only got one word, or two words. No, 3 words. It's Morphin time!
Nice.
Triceratops.
I think you mean it's Morbin time. And speaking of
No,
Morbin,
I think not.
You're
and
muted.
You're muted, JJheat. You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Not the
Wait,
best
no,
entrance, but I'll take it.
I was wondering why it got so warm here all of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get started. We got a packed show. So what do you guys want to talk about first? We got Zack Snyder's Twilight of the Gods, the Venom 3 trailer, The Acolyte, Arkham Shadow, Rocksteady's single-player game, our favorite Disney Star Wars content, and that awesome Power Rangers game.
Well, Taladia made his choice loud and clear.
What?
Well,
Power Rangers.
I'm gonna kick it off. Let's talk about the Venom 3 trailer because we
All right, let's get out the way.
Yeah. Let's get at it. Hey, what's up, Robert? No, it's a closed panel with us. So Venom 3 trailer. Oh boy. Oh, and yes, Tevia, we're sad about that too and concerned. But so Venom 3 trailer, I think it looks fun.
They're tackling a lot. It's very ambitious.
It looks about the same.
What do you want to say, Nick?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, JJheat, then.
Oh, okay. They're tackling a lot. I mean, I don't even want to spoil the trailer for those who haven't already watched it.
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it, dude.
We're talking about the trailer, dude.
Okay, first of all, you're not going to get an MCU connection with Venom 3. Venom 3 is officially going to be standalone. They're pulling all the stops. They're pulling Carnage. They're pulling Rain. It's just, Robert Willing said it best. But I don't think they're going to adapt King in Black. That's too ambitious.
They would have to build up to that. They could do part of it, but I don't think they're going to do all of it. Thing.
That's like trying to do the Clone Saga in one film. That's just a bad idea.
I think what they'll do at the end is they'll hint at the existence of Null.
A Venom 4, maybe?
No,
this movie has to make $1 billion for them to say, let's do another Venom movie. Which, here's the thing. This is the one Sony franchise that has made $1 billion.
Wait, didn't Morbin get a second theatrical release?
Didn't reach $1 billion still, JJheat.
Fair enough.
And Robert says Planet of the Symbiotes is a much smaller scale. It looks like the bar from the MCU was in the trailer. Strange. Yes, it was. Okay, so let's talk about that. So for those of you that, so in the trailer, they show the bar from the MCU when Venom was teleported out and left a symbiote, and then the soldier from the trailer walks up and collects that symbiote. So my thinking is he traveling throughout the multiverse, or what is that?
Yeah, it's weird. Kind of confusing.
Or is that another thing?
Also, the fact that he's in the outfit from No Way Home for a large part of this trailer does seem a bit weird.
Lad, Null is being saved for the Morbin Vengers villains team.
Ah, lad. What am I
That's a
thinking?
good one. You want a link? I'll send you a link. But okay. But the bar looks slightly different, just like the hotel looks slightly different. So you think it's just like they go to a different? It's like that bar, but on Addie's Earth. But how does it also have a symbiote there?
Maybe when he's transported back, he leaves another. Like, I'm sorry, there's no situation where they just repeating themselves or it gets worse. I don't know.
I also do kind of like how they have the actor that played Baron Mordo. It recast in this movie. He's like, you wasted me in the MCU. I'm gonna go hang out with Sony.
Yeah, I mean, I do find it interesting also that they got Beth Dutton from Yellowstone in here as well.
Yeah, and I think so now over under. Do you think that they are killing Eddie? Personally, I could see them doing that as a way of ending it.
Well, if they were going to do that, they probably would adapt the Venom gets cancer storyline, and I don't think they're doing that. Judging off the trailer I've seen.
Mm-hmm. That could be, yeah. Now, all right. So, and Atchison, I'm sorry. I know you guys like these films. In my opinion, the Venom films are terrible, and Tom Hardy's acting and accent in these films are terrible. Okay, fair enough, dude.
Yeah, that's it. You're allowed to have your opinion.
I will say the Venom horse was badass.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna maybe do another animal, an animal besides a horse. Maybe.
What are you thinking?
I know it's not gonna be
Venom cat.
Venom cat. That exists, by the way, in the Cates run. I don't think it's gonna be a T-Rex, unfortunately, even though how badass that would be.
I want Spider Rex.
That they might as well just bring in Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur at this point.
I mean, Spider Rex is an actual character in Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Robert says no one. Now, one of the dialogues, the captions said it's spoken by Toxin, so we know he's involved. Yeah, he was. Because remember, he got the symbiote at the end of the Carnage battle where they wasted
the blue
Carnage.
symbiote, right?
What?
That's the blue symbiote, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way they're killing Tom Hardy's Venom because he's definitely going to appear in Secret Wars. Maybe that would be kind of interesting. He shows up and goes, "That's the angry guy we heard about. That's the Iron Man guy."
I just had a thought.
What?
What if Venom 3 just teases Secret Wars?
Decent setup.
Just think about it, right? At the ending of Venom 3, you get like the portal thing or whatever. That because remember,
Deadpool walks in.
Yeah,
with Wolverine.
Yeah, he goes to the right.
Wait, what if Venom does appear in Wolverine and Deadpool, and Wolverine gets turned into a Venom temporarily?
Too much CGI, but I could see the fan service.
Oh, that would be quite the web of shadows you're weaving.
Yes, there you go. You got it.
But you see what I'm going
I knew exactly
for.
what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
A little too much fan service, in my opinion, but I respect the fans. But I respect the intent.
Hey! I can want to see my favorite Spider-Man game represented.
I mean, better yet, what if we had like an older black cat played by Jennifer Hale, and then she got into the symbiote?
Yes, and then that movie automatically gets 5 points no matter what.
I'm sorry, I was just spying into your streams last night.
The symbiote Wolverine and Spider-Man Web shows. Yes, it was badass, and it was a tough boss battle. So I really like that one. So I think they could do that. So all in all, I'm pretty hyped for it. I mean, compared to the other stuff that Marvel's coming out with so far, it's only this and Wolverine and Deadpool that's like really gotten me excited.
Mm-hmm.
So
I am mildly excited for Venom The Last Dance. I am hyped as heck for. Oh, we got a super chat.
Hey, what's up, Robert? And thank you for the super chat. Do you think Mrs. Chan will appear in the comics? I think they'll start to roll that in. I think so.
Why not?
He's a great character.
Why not? Right?
And plus they do that all the time. Like DC did that with the Arrow show. All of a sudden, Diggle and Felicity showed up in the
Coulson.
Green Arrow comics.
Coulson got rolled into the comics.
Yeah, exactly. What about Kraven the Hunter? I'm not hyped for Kraven. I'm really not.
That's a dud. That's a dud.
I just forgot that was coming out.
That tells you all you need. Good kick, because Tevye, you know what's kind of funny, Tevye? I forgot it was coming out as well. I swear, I must have been Madam Webbed, where as soon as you watch that movie, you forget the other movies are coming out.
Stop, Jared. Too wordy.
Yeah, oh God.
Stop. Just stop.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's move on to a different topic. Transition. I still
do it.
So what topic do you guys will want to talk about next?
We talk about how beautiful Sydney Sweeney is.
Well, yes, it's always time to talk about Sydney Sweeney. But what else? Time. We could talk about the Acolyte. We could talk about Arkham Shadow, Rocksteady's single-player game, favorite Disney Star Wars, the Power Rangers game, or Zack Snyder's Twilight of the Gods.
Let's do. I don't know.
Nick, actually, no. Wait, Taladia, you picked last time.
Let Nick pick it.
Go ahead, Nick.
Time.
All right. That Power Rangers game looks so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the trailer, play it without sound, and then we'll talk about it as we go on with it.
Sounds like a plan.
So let me do that. Because here's the thing. Here's the story. I was on Nick's show, and all of a sudden I see this come across my Twitter, and I'm like, well, this looks interesting. And I showed that to Nick. And then you could hear in his voice, he's like,
Retro arcade.
Digital Eclipse. Here we go.
Same people who made the Shutter.
Is this mobile? Because I know I missed Game Fest because I was at work.
No, it's not mobile.
It's not mobile.
It's PC, Switch, like all the ones.
You know what I really like about this is that the art style holds. I mean, it's like cartoony, but here's the good part about that: since they're not going for live action, it's kind of timeless.
Well, my thing is, I can really tell that like they're really pulling from the 16-bit era because like like
and the mini games, man, this takes me back.
Like the mini games basically play like the Batman Returns. Batmobile sequences, like a Sega CD kind of thing.
Yeah,
they have that like scaling kind of thing. This basically feels like a Power Ranger game for the Sega Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game.
I'm excited for that.
And
when you fight with the Megazord, it's first person.
I'm excited for this game.
And fun fact, you guys, right? This game also reveals Robo Rita's gone back in time, so. It could be
once
linked
and always.
Once and always could be linked to that.
It's probably just a game. It's probably just their version of Once and Always. I don't think it's going to directly connect to it.
JJheat, you gotta believe, my friend. You gotta believe.
He doesn't believe.
He doesn't believe. He said he doesn't believe. Nice. I like Power Rangers beat ups on SNES. Yes. Tommy better not be DLC. Mm-hmm.
He was the golden boy of the franchise. He's not going to be DLC. Like,
okay, so the way we're doing this is that if it's crossplay and multiplayer, we're all streaming this. I'm playing as either the Red Ranger or Tommy. If Tommy's available from the beginning, I'll play as Tommy. You all may pick your Rangers.
We all know it.
I'm Red Ranger. Facts.
As long as Tommy's not available, if Tommy's not available, you have to pick a new Ranger, Taladia. Nick, who are you playing as? Blue?
Blue, of course.
JJheat.
That's
Black Ranger, obviously.
Taladia, how about you?
To avoid the obvious question.
Okay, if Tommy is not Tommy's not available and Jason's not available, I'd have to be my sweetheart crush, Kimberly.
Okay, and technically pink is a shade of your logo, so that kind of counts.
Oh my god, that's such a stretch.
It would be cool if they used archive audio from Jason David Frank as a tribute. I could see them doing that.
They actually might do that because
they will. They will
do that.
Yeah.
They will do that. Hell yeah. So all in all, it looks really fun, and I'm looking forward to playing it. See, here's the thing. That's the thing. So normally I'm not really into Power Rangers games, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'll play that. I'll buy that. I'm fine with that.
Well, like I know the game is gonna play like beautifully on my Steam Deck. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you might as well. But anyway, so let's move on
Showing
to a
your
new
age,
topic.
aren't you, Nick?
So JJheat, you may choose the next topic.
Okay. Might as well get the obvious out of the way. Transition to War of the Gods.
All right, Twilight of the Gods.
Thank you.
So we have our obligatory Zack Snyder discussion. So here's the fun part about this. So it came out that this project has been in development for a while. Zack Snyder is making a animated series based on Norse mythology. So same deal. I'll play parts of the trailer without audio, and then we'll check that out. So let me get this pretty full screen if I can make this work. All right, here we go. So here we go. So it was a brief proportion of like the Netflix montage. So we'll try this. Here we go, and we'll play it, obviously without audio again. So here we go. There you go. And then we have some we also have some like pictures, some screenshots of the art style and everything like that. And it is confirmed it is going to be scored by our good friend Hans Zimmer.
Mm-hmm. The fact that Zach could get Hans Zimmer for something. We have some
hey, animated mythology, gorgeous art style. It's very Samurai Jack slash yeah. It's very like Samurai Jack inspired, which I dig. I'm just getting the pictures up a little better so we can check those out. Let me do this. Yeah, so I'm excited because the thing I've loved about Zach's work is that he does a lot. He does really well with like mythological characters, and he even portrayed like the Justice League as like the modern day myth. And yes, that is my computer background. So like right here, and again, I like the art style he's going for. I thought the show was Greek myth, not Norse. No, it's Norse. Greek is the Blood of Zeus show. Isn't it kind of interesting how we're seeing a return to like storytelling involving mythology in an era where there's supposed superhero fatigue? There's not, but that's my point.
I think the Greek pantheon was the original superhero, because most of the superheroes were kind of inspired by Greek mythology anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
To a degree.
And it's just the idea of Zack Snyder doing this. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. And apparently, Netflix gave him total free reign for this. So I'm hyped. So what do you guys think? I'll start with Nick.
I think it looks pretty good. I'll probably check it out.
How about you, Taladia?
For
the Twilight of the Gods series.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm excited for it. I'm all for Norse mythology because Norse mythology is one of those things that I think Zack Snyder can hit out of the park.
Yeah, no Egyptian mythology, Tavi. I don't know where we got the idea. I'm curious if he's writing all the story. I'm not sure. Nix is hyped. Well, Nix, when we review it, you can come on the panel and talk about it with us. I'm fine with that. The art style is a little basic, but it looks good. It's simple, but it works for that era of like storytelling, if you will. So, JJheat, how about you?
As for me, I'm hyped for it, and I'm genuinely curious because Zack Snyder's kind of doing his own thing, but I'm also hearing rumors that he's working with WBD on like a singular project in the background.
300.
Oh, 300 sequel? Okay, thank you for confirming that.
Prequel series.
Oh, prequel. My mistake. But so with all that being said, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, it should be fun. So as for me, you guys know I'm hyped. But anyway, so let's move on for our next topic. I'll pick this time. Let's talk about the Acolyte. So transition.
Oh.
All right. So I'm going to start off by saying this. There were parts of this I liked. There were parts of this I hated. So let's get the bad stuff out. How is there a fire in outer space?
There's a very simple explanation for that.
Hey, what's up?
Don't pull a Megafor. Don't pull a Gosei, Nick. Come on.
I love that. So JJheat, you had your hand raised. Go ahead.
Okay, the best way I could describe Acolyte, you know how sometimes at fast food places that you ask for an upcharged drink and they put a lot of ice in it, but they give you enough drink to color the ice, but at the end of the day, it's just watered down cola or watered down soft drink. That is the Acolyte in a nutshell. It is just watered down. A High Republic show would have had more balls than this. At least then you could say you're trying.
Technically, this is a High Republic show. Technically,
yeah, it taking place 100 years before the Empire.
I don't even know anymore. After the whole Geo thing, I was just done.
What if Geo shows up in this as a surprise cameo and watch all the Star Wars shields are like, no, Nick, watch all the Star Wars shields. As soon as Geo are going to go, oh my gosh, it's Geode.
I mean, we all know that Geode as a character, he rocks. So,
and the ship known as the vessel. Yes, that is the name of the ship. It's so lazy, but fire in space isn't anything new to Star Wars. But like a roaring fire, that's like
aren't. But an actual fire.
Well, in Clone Wars, there was like fire in like smoke-ish in space when like a starship, but it wasn't like a roaring fire, like essentially a campfire. And you couldn't hear it. That's the other thing. You can hear this fire crackling. So I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. Nix's appreciates your analogy, Jay.
That's
a good analogy, dude.
Thank you.
But so Taladia, your thoughts on what you've seen so far of the Acolyte?
So the first 2 episodes I really enjoyed. Obviously, I felt like the action scenes were there for me.
That was fun.
But that Trinity scene really killed it. Really killed me. Like I'm just like really
okay. We need some clarification. Jared, can you please explain what he means by the Trinity scene?
Yeah. Okay. So Carrie-Anne Moss is in this series, and here's the part that really doesn't work. They hyped her up in all the marketing just to kill her off in like the first 5 minutes.
Is this the one with trying to pull a Mara Jade with the lightsaber whip, or am I confusing her with someone else?
Nope. The first episode.
Okay, lightsaber whip is Githany from the Darth Bane trilogy.
Okay, thank you.
But here's the thing. I'm like, it's not like they've done this before. Oh wait, Captain Phasma. But it's like, what is up with them hyping up a character just to kill them off in the first 5 minutes? I don't understand this.
I don't get it either. It's like, I'm just like, really.
You could say she's not the one.
This is just my personal opinion. Mind you, this is just a hot take on my part. But maybe the story's crap and they need to cover it up with as much spectacle as humanly possible.
Probably. Dave says, I saw chatter on Twitter saying episode 3 will be controversial, to say the least. Oh, boy.
Yeah, apparently the Force will actually be made canonically a female lesbian, and all Jedis are born from a lesbian, which...
Okay, so they just pull Doctor Who, okay.
Yeah, I think I made that joke on my stream. I think it's talking Timeless Child. I literally made that joke on the Friday Night Run.
Yeah, I'm
ironic.
Like, all right. Yeah, so that was the part that really to tick me off. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. But besides that, I mean, I agree with Taladia. The choreography was fun. It was cool. I like the whole twin thing. But I also kind of like the idea of Jedi kind of being cops. The problem I have with it, and I was talking to my dad about this, how do Jedi blend in if they all are wearing those monk robes?
Very carefully.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But anyway, so Nick, your thoughts on the Acolyte?
Crap. Mega crap.
Mega crap.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. But So let's continue on to our next topic. Taladia, you may choose.
Okay, so my next topic is what is Rocksteady doing next?
All right. That's a good idea. All right. So the rumors came out. There's a lot of rumors circling the internet on what's happening to Rocksteady. So the rumor that we're going to talk about and conjecture about right now is that they're pitching a new single player DC game to WB. Now we're going to talk about what we think the new game is going to be, like what character, what subject. We do know it's single player DC. That's what we know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start with Taladia since he's my DC gaming guy. So what do you think? Or what game would you want to see? And Zeke obviously says Batman again. And that is kind of the safe bet because Superman, and I know you want that, Tevia. Me too. I want a Superman game. Superman is not the position Rocksteady is in because of Suicide Squad is that they cannot afford another screw up. They need something that's going to be a hit, and Batman is the most possible to be a hit. What do you think, Taladia?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think they're gonna do another Batman game, and I think I'm gonna make this prediction. I think they might do a Batman Arkham Shadow sequel, but a full-blown open world game. So that will satisfy the fans that didn't get to experience Arkham Shadow, right?
And Taladia and I were talking about this before we went live. What if they took those ideas? What if they basically resurrected that old Arkham Beyond game?
The one with Damien?
The one with
Damien,
Damien,
and brought that back and just said, okay, because you know what they could do. And Nick, you'll appreciate this. So I said they could make it a Flash game, do Flashpoint, just wipe Suicide Squad off the timeline.
But
they technically could. Just saying, you have Flash.
But I know they could do a Flash game.
I'm just tired of Flashpoint being the Band-Aid.
True. Again, I was making a joke, but yeah, exactly. You have a good point.
Sorry for interrupting you, Claudia.
Yeah, I was going to say the reason why I say Batman Arkham Shadow sequel is because I think that's the only way they can really use Roger Craig Smith in full-fledged and maybe do an origin story for Two-Face, right? Because that's never been explored in the Arkham universe.
Arkham
right?
universe, yeah. Now, what they could do, and Atchison brings up a good point. Well, Nix, they can't make a Wonder Woman game until at least until the Monolith game comes out. Now, Atchison brings up a good point. What if they do like a single player Justice League game where you can essentially switch between the different members of the league?
That would be smart.
Well, the only fair reference we have is the Avengers game.
Except this would be a single player game, so they wouldn't have any of that live service BS and stuff, because that's majorly what killed that game.
Yeah, like let's use the Avengers game as like a fair reference, but we take out the live service, we take out the grindy. The game actually had potential. It's just it got ruined by the live service.
Because here's what that game did great. All right, when you play as each of these members of the Avengers, you feel like you're playing as those Avengers. When you play as Thor, you feel like a god of thunder. So they nailed that. So I think and we know, here's the good part Suicide Squad did. We saw that they can visually depict all of their powers well. So we can take these two skill sets and marry them together, you could get a pretty freaking good Justice League game.
You just need the right people in charge. That's the thing.
Well, here's the thing. You know what's funny? The two people in charge that push for Suicide Squad to be the way it is are no longer there.
Yeah.
I mean, also the heads of the company are longer there, but they did form their own new company. So Rockstar exists. It's just not called Rockstar anymore.
But the thing, the way I see Rocksteady going forward now, it's like they need a win. No matter what game it is, it needs to be a win. It cannot be one of those things, a boring, stale game that nobody wants, right?
So they're not. So in that, I think the most, and then I'll go to JJheat. The most likely scenario that I could see, either a Batman game or Justice League game. Those are the two brands that I think can help them at least. The Batman, I think, can help. Well, here's the thing again. The Superman is not as strong as an IP to guarantee that hit. Batman and Justice League are.
No, I guarantee you, if Rocksteady made another Arkham game, like single player Arkham game, and if they did it right, it would get attention.
Yeah, exactly. It's just for right now. I think that because of what happened with Suicide Squad, they have to go with what's most likely to go with a win. But
just before you give it to JJheat, I was going to bring this up, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
The fact is, there is a rumor for a Superman game, and that is coming from WB Games Montreal studio, not at Rocksteady. So, but the thing is, the way I see it is that because of the fact how much damage Rocksteady is right now in terms of as a studio, because they're supporting other studios now. I don't know if you know that. So they're making like Hogwarts Legacy, a director's cut for that apparently, and
they're doing a Quidditch game too. So
and they're doing the Quidditch game, yeah. So it's like they're turning that into a support studio now. So basically, whatever game they got to do, it has to be something big, it has to be special, and it has to gain the audience's trust again.
Honestly,
if they don't do that, then you're going to be turned into a proper support studio. That's it.
Because the thing you got to realize is no studio is safe. Like, did you hear the Avalanche had to close a lot of its support studios, and it made literally the best-selling game of 2023. Avalanche made Hogwarts Legacy. So even when you're successful, you still get the cut. So I'm sorry to say, Rocksteady is a very precocious position right now. They could very easily get the axe.
Yes, they could. That's why I say they need to go with the option that's the most like. Honestly, here's what they should do: go with the Justice League game, because that's what. Whenever I see like anyone like critiquing a Suicide Squad, one thing they bring up is like, I wish they made a Justice League game instead of a Suicide Squad game. So if you do that,
go on.
So if you do,
I disagree.
So if you do that, like I'm trying to say, if you do that, I think you can at least get some of the, and you do it right. In other words, if you do the single player, no live service, and do this well, and by the way, Tevia, I could see like them bringing like Bruce Greenwood to take over for Batman. But as for like, I think that Justice League would be a relatively safe option to go with if they are going to like, if they want to win some fans back. But anyway, JJheat.
I agree, because Rocksteady's in a steady decline, I should say. But even with that, pun aside, Suicide Squad really it just damaged their brand. Like, I don't think they'll realistically come back from this from a commercial standpoint. Like, don't get me wrong, the story is salvageable, but from a pro business standpoint, the game's screwed. Like let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, exactly, and that's why I say if they're gonna get one more game, which I think WB will tell them, you have one more game. If this doesn't work, you're out. It needs to be something big.
And this is where I disagree. I don't think it'll be a Justice League game, because a Justice League game is risk. It's risk. Okay. They need something that like safe. Okay, we know you can do an Arkham. We know you can do an Arkham game well. We know that people would want to see an Arkham game, because the reason why Suicide Squad was so troublesome for them is because they've never done multiplayer before. They've never done this online stuff before. And that's what really screwed Rocksteady over for the Suicide Squad game. And if they just go back to what they know, I can see the Warner Bros. Heads be like, okay, they have a proven track record with this type of game. People like this kind of game. We put this out. There's a chance that it would be successful. So I, in my opinion, I think an Arkham game, and maybe not even with Bruce, with Damian maybe, is the best bet.
Or maybe someone else becomes Batman. Hey, Nerdette, what's up, Tristan? How you doing?
Just call us nerds.
Nerds.
Yeah. It's almost as if one of our name. It's almost as if someone in the chat has the word nerd in her name.
Yeah, like something pot, something kettle.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But I was going to
Yeah,
bring
go
this up, right? Atkinson, to bring up Atkinson and Zeke, to bring up your comments, right? Firstly, the thing is why obviously most of us want less Batman and something else. But for in Rocksteady's case, they need something which they're good at, right? And Batman is their forte for things, right?
Well, here's the thing also. As much as, we don't want, maybe they'll make a Deathstroke game.
I mean, again, that goes to marketable characters. Because there's a bunch of games they could make, you know, but it also comes down to marketability. Like an Arkham game gets attention. A Deathstroke game, if they were a higher, like they could afford, if they could, a Deathstroke game is a risk.
Let me put it this way: if Suicide Squad had not bombed like it did, I think they could have gone with a Deathstroke game. But the
we're having a whole different conversation.
Yeah, because this put them in a very bad situation. And to Nick's point, and I kind of agree with you on this, Nick. Here's the thing, Ashton. Yes, we do. I think we all agree we would prefer other characters get games other than just Batman. The problem with
I'd love a Rocksteady Superman game.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's just the way DC works. Batman is more likely to sell. That's why studios keep going with Batman content. That's just the way it works, dude.
It's why DC at any one point has 50 Batman books going. Because if you look at the top 10 charts, literally the only Western comics in the top 10 are Batman comics.
Batman comics.
Tevia says, will the game story be a prequel or sequel? We don't know.
We don't know.
Technically, we don't even know if it'll be canon to the Arkham verse, but you got to imagine if Rocksteady's working on it, it's going to be in the Arkham verse.
But there's also reboot options, an Arkham reboot.
True.
Like not necessarily doing Arkham Asylum reboot, but just like restarting the Arkham universe, because then you could have a new Bruce Wayne, not have Kevin Conroy.
And then you can bring in the Justice League and not even have to worry about they're dead.
But
I'm just saying, like that might be their best option.
But here's the problem, though, because of what the state of Suicide Squad is, because of the fact of the higher ups meddling with that game. WB will probably say to them, "Look, don't interfere." To the higher ups, this is at the studios. Like, don't interfere with the projects. Please listen to your.
Good luck with that, because I'm sorry to lie to you, that's not going to work. That's not going to happen.
But you know what I mean, though, because months on end, they had something planned, and the people who were working hard on it, they didn't get back to them at the higher up positions at Rocksteady. So they probably don't want that repetitive mistake to happen again on their next project.
Well, Tevia,
if
go ahead.
If the WB executives can actually stay out, remember that is an if.
It's WB, so it's not likely. But by the way, Tevia, here's how you reboot the Arkham universe as a whole. Announce a new Batman game, then say it's then say in the marketing we're rebooting the Arkham franchise. Done. That's how you reboot the Arkham franchise.
That's the only way
it's back to basics. Like you're not necessarily doing Arkham Asylum, but you're just doing like a new Arkham game.
What you could do is call it Arkham, and then here's a cool concept that you can do. Remember in Nightfall when Bane broke every supervillain out of Arkham and Batman had to round them up? You could do that. Obviously, don't actually do the back-breaking part, but do the whole he lets all the supervillains out.
Actually, I have a better idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say the name, and you'll.
Is it Arkham War?
Arkham Hush.
You could do Hush. That actually works really well. Wow.
Because the storyline of Hush, it introduces us to all the Batman characters. Like Hush is actually a very good like onboarding for Batman. Like it's a really good onboarding for storyline for Batman.
That actually works really well. I could definitely. Wow, why did I think of that?
But also Arkham War.
Well,
Wait, didn't
I
Hush get a sub?
Yeah.
yes,
bonus
but
mission?
make him the main antagonist in the game.
main antagonist. That's
Basically,
what,
do the storyline of Hush as an Arkham game. Which
Except
actually
don't
think
screw
would
it
work
up
pretty
like the Decamo did.
Yeah, and I was gonna bring this up, right? The whole Batman Beyond game thing. Like, here's the thing. I don't think after the whole, I think they might go for a Batman Beyond game. They might not. But what really sells is Batman Bruce Wayne. That's what sells compared to Damian, if you know what I mean, Jared, right?
I mean,
Like-
Batman does. So I think a Batman Beyond game has more potential to sell.
Okay.
Wait, let me finish. I think a Batman Beyond game does have potential because it has the Batman name on it. That's the thing, is like people will pick up that game just because it has Batman on it. What are you gonna say, Nick?
Okay, I know how you make the Beyond game work. You cell shade it. You go all cyberpunk Beyond, and it's open world, and you can kind of fly around like Batman. But it's cyberpunk cell shaded neon. Like, that game would look amazing.
Well, if you cell shade it, also you don't necessarily have to worry about the graphics aging out, because here's the thing: a lot of cell shaded games that came out in the Genesis era still look good today.
Like, basically think Ultimate Spider-Man for Super Nintendo.
That still looks good today.
I'm gonna say.
Whatnot. Sorry, Claudia, go ahead.
I'm gonna say. I think the title, if it's gonna be a Batman Beyond game, it should be set in the Arkhamverse and just call it Arkham Legacy. The legacy of the Bat, right?
Okay, as the Damian game.
You can build a trilogy around
Wait.
Damian Wayne. Don't get me wrong, but you would really have to tone down his attitude.
Yeah.
Or here's what you could do. Hear me out on this.
Go on.
So here's the idea: you have it take place after Suicide Squad. You just hand wave away that like the Justice League came back. You just hand wave it away. If they're going to pull support for Suicide Squad, just say, okay, and they came back. So this game is a Battle for the Cowl adaptation where you play as Dick Grayson, and it's the story of you attaining the Batmantle.
Mixed in with war games.
Yes, well, essentially Arkham War, I guess. So there you go. That works.
I'm sorry, that's becoming a thing for me now.
But it works as an idea because you don't have to worry about recasting Batman, because Bruce Wayne is not Batman in this universe. It's who's going to take over for him afterwards. And you could say the Justice League is leaving it up to the Bat family, who's going to be the new Batman on the league. There you go.
But you also get the mentors like, Superman, just like
you can have them show up, obviously, but essentially. Essentially would be the Arkham War idea. And Nick, since it's been a while since we mentioned Arkham War, why don't you refresh the fine people at home at what Arkham War is?
So Arkham War is equal to Arkham Knight, okay? And it is basically an adaptation of the War Games story arc from the early 2000s, okay? So you basically have it's basically a combination of Battle for the Cowl and War Games. So you have three different characters. You have Jason Todd, the Arkham Knight, aka Red Hood. You have Dick Grayson, and then you have Azrael. And then later on, you have like more characters, but we'll get to that. Each character has like their own storyline, and the end of their storyline is they become Batman. But all plays out different. Set in the same, Gotham City, kind of thing. But yeah.
That would work. And again, to that point, you don't have to necessarily like that way. You can still honor Conroy, and you can kind of do a proper send off to that Batman. You can have like essentially, because say what you want about Gotham Knights, but they did give a good send off to the Batman character, even though they brought him back only to kill him again. So there was that. No more Arkham. Let it stay dead. Time to move on, or just do that and just say the Arkham universe is ended. We're just moving on. But they're never going to do that, because in terms of gaming, the Arkham franchise still sells.
Yeah, the Arkham name, the Arkham brand sells. No matter what it is, people will always associate Batman with Arkham.
Yeah. Plus the other problem is um, Rocksteady is kind of in a bad position. They can't afford to take any more risks. They need something they know will sell, and the Arkhamverse sells.
Batman Arkham will definitely sell. 100. I mean, if they play their cards right, because from what we know, from what the rumors are, it's a single player game, and that means no live service. So already, assuming this project gets greenlit, they're in a good. They're going in the right direction. It just depends on what the project is. Because if it's another Batman project, okay, I think you stand a reasonable chance of sort of course correcting, particularly if you go with the single player part. But anyway, so let's move on from that. Nick, you can choose the topic.
All right, what are the options there?
All right, so Arkham Shadow, favorite Disney Star Wars content, or question and answer session.
Let's do favorite Disney.
All right.
Disney
I'm going to tell you right now, Rogue One. My favorite's Rogue One.
That's definitely on my list.
Yeah. So by the way, for this game, it's any content made after Star Wars was bought by Disney. So it has to be in the Disney era.
Are we counting Clone Wars season 7?
You can count that. You can count
Okay,
that.
that's my choice. That's the only good
Clone
Star
Wars.
Wars.
It does not count.
No, that does count because that season was made by Disney.
Yes, but the other seasons don't count.
Oh yes, yeah. The other
I'm
seasons
counting
don't
season
count.
7 in a vacuum as its own entity.
Yes.
That's fine.
Still season 7. That's the only good.
It
Disney
also
Star
kind of
Wars.
showed me. I wish they would make an adaptation of episode 3 in that art style. I think that'd be really cool.
Mandalorian kind of fell off after season 3. I'll openly admit that.
Andor.
Andor was pretty good.
Andor was good. I
Boring,
liked
but good.
Andor.
Also, Jedi Fallen Order. That's an obvious one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the Star Wars games are always good. That's an exception. That's an exception.
Battlefront 2, my good friend. Battlefront 2.
Thank you for
I will say
reminding me
this
that
about
game
Battlefront 2.
exists.
One at a time, guys.
Battlefront 2, actually, if you just take it as it is, it's not a bad game.
It redeemed itself, though.
Yeah. But what it was going to be was an affront.
Yes, exactly. It got governments involved. But anyway, so Taladia, your favorite Disney Star Wars era content?
I would have to say the Jedi Survivor.
Okay, that's a good one.
Oh, sorry, Claudia. Yes, that's saying that. Look at mine.
No, I was going to say that the reason why I say that is basically because I really enjoy the story for what it is, and the fact that you get to explore how the exile of the Jedi, basically from the world, not from Obi-Wan's perspective, but from another Jedi's perspective, and you also get to explore like other characters that you've never met before. So that's what I love about Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. So that's my pick. But I'll let Nick go next.
All right, so this is probably my favorite piece of Disney media, and I have to say it's probably the greatest Star Wars movie ever, Rise of Skywalker.
Get him, man.
Okay, so he won't be showing up here anymore. You're on the bottom, sir, for that joke.
The silence was worth it. Oh my
I'm elevating Taladia. I'm elevating Taladia because of that.
What is this?
But would we say it's better than The Last Jedi, though?
Oh, The Last Jedi is a cinematic masterpiece. Anybody who hates it are just racist.
What?
You are triggering, Jared. You're triggering him.
I mean, the best version of Obi-Wan is in the Disney Plus series. So.
Okay.
Reva is like the greatest character ever.
Like a panther.
Oh, that's like the greatest moment ever in Star Wars. Like that is peak.
I mean,
You're gonna die, clown! You think that's funny? I don't hear you laughing now!
hold on.
You're on thin ice, old man.
We all know the greatest.
Go ahead, JJheat.
Boba Fett's Power Rangers.
Oh,
You mean he
that is
recruited?
masterpiece.
You mean when he recruited teenagers with attitudes?
I mean, we all know the greatest line ever committed to the screen was somehow Palpatine returned. That is like the greatest written, like that is better than the Bible.
The psychos just keep getting younger.
Or in this case, older.
I can see. I can just see him getting frustrated. This is so worth it.
So anyway,
continue Ryan on. Johnson.
Oh, and by the way, Nick,
Dweeb. He fills out his clothes like lentils fill out a sandwich bag.
You know, Ryan Johnson.
Stop it, Nick! I can't play this many clips. I'll get copyright dinged. So,
Ryan Johnson is such a better director than Zack Snyder.
Nick. So anyway, yeah, I would have to go with, of the ones that I like the most, Rogue One. Rogue One is solid because again, I enjoy Star Wars movies where it's not dependent upon, oh, this random Force user can save us.
Are we blind? Deploy the garrison.
Yeah, I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me.
Isn't it like kind of funny that the only movie to actually have positive, endearing memes is Rogue One? All the other
I know, right?
Pocket.
And it's literally a suicide mission. Like, literally.
What are we, Suicide Squad? I got you first! I got you first! I got you first! It's basically a Suicide Squad movie. You know what's kind of funny? It's a better Suicide Squad movie than James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Jared, Week Old Ham Rotting in the Sun is a better movie than Suicide Squad.
Yes, that is true. But
anyway,
smells better.
Mm-hmm. But and in terms of Clone Wars, season 7, I dug how they tied in episode 7 in. I mean, Nick, they tied in episode 3 into this really well. That now it changes the way I watch episode 3.
Freudian slip.
I know. So it's like when they're talking the holo communicator, I'm like, oh, Ahsoka just got off the comm. Oh man.
It's literally just episode 3, but from Ahsoka's perspective.
Now, what I will say though, the parts I did like about Ahsoka were all about the episode where Hayden Christensen showed up and he's in the Clone Wars armor.
You're easily pleased.
The fan service.
That was one of the only parts about that I liked.
The choreography was made. Now, Hayden Christensen is like he just never left the set. His choreography was spot on, but the fan service alone is not enough. Does not make a good show. That's all.
No, but I am liking how at least he's getting the appreciation he deserves, and everyone's like, it was just a bad script. So now everyone's like, okay, he's actually really good. So I appreciate that. The reason why it worked that in Ahsoka and not in Obi-Wan is because they didn't do any correction to his face in Obi-Wan to make him look less old in the flashbacks. So I'm like,
yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, he didn't even have the scar he had at that point in the timeline. So I was like, and then the part I did like about Obi-Wan, that end when Anakin is like, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did.
Like, I get it. You're trying to absolve Obi-Wan of guilt because Obi-Wan kind of steers Luke to, hey, you must defeat Vader, stop the Empire. You're literally trying to recruit this boy with Force sensitivity to effectively unalive his own father because of your screw up. You were a Padawan that hadn't even gone through the Jedi trials yet. You weren't even ready for a student. That was just Qui-Gon's dying wish.
By the way,
the chosen one. You're supposed to blah 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 blah. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. But so again, there were some fun parts of that. Reva was not any of them, but I love how.
What are you talking about? She was the best character.
Nick, I love when they were trying to like HasLab a Reva lightsaber and they couldn't even get funded. If they had just labeled it Inquisitor lightsaber, I think it would have gotten funded.
Oh, imagine or what if they labeled it Darth Maul's Inquisitor saber.
Or that. And what they can do is that if you're ever stuck in traffic, you can turn it on and helicopter away.
I will say that, Jared, I appreciate the pun, but I will say this. If they didn't just drag Kenobi out, first of all, Kenobi easily could have just been a movie like it was originally intended.
Yeah, that
you
was
did not have to drag the Kenobi Vader fight for 8 episodes. You really didn't.
Did you know that Commander Cody was supposed to show up in the first episode and be who, and essentially, so he took his chip out, obviously, and he was hanging out with Obi-Wan, and then when Obi-Wan went to go save Leia, Obi-Wan was going to leave to leave Cody and say, "Watch Luke. Make sure no one kidnaps him."
I'm sorry, but like the Obi-Wan movie should have been Maul and Obi-Wan's final duel. I'm sorry.
But they got a full Rebels episode. That was a pretty decent send-off.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't, Nick. I mean, I'm sorry. It wasn't JJheat. It was not a good send-off.
I mean, it was the last 5 minutes, but it was a callback to Qui-Gon and Phantom Menace.
No, there should have been more of a fight. Also, I wanted to see the movie of like the cat and mouse game. The worst thing you could have done. There's no reason why Obi-Wan would have left Tatooine. It makes no sense for him to get back in the game. He was retired. He was done.
But fan service, Nick. Fan service.
Fan service is bringing Maul back and having them cat and mouse game on Tatooine, and they have a final duel among the Sand Dunes.
True.
Merchandising.
But that undermines the final duel they had in Star Wars Rebels.
If trust me, if I was in charge, that would have never happened. Can we all agree Dave Filoni has shown himself to be a bit of a hack?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I'm not convinced on
Search
that
your
yet.
feelings, Jared. You know it to be true.
No! But anyway, so yeah, that's my favorite Disney Star Wars con. So let's go to our. So let's see what else we have for content.
See, I just want to say, after Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars was in a really precocious place, and then for like a brief shining moment, it seemed like it was getting better with the Mandalorian. But then Filoni got more control of the show, and then he started bringing back all of his waifus and characters, and that's when it really went downhill. And then
don't pretend you didn't like seeing Katie Sackhoff all the time.
Jared, remember we did a play-by-play season 3?
I know.
The disdain I had for that?
Yeah, I know. I'm just making a joke.
I trolled Jared big time during those reviews.
Yes, you did. Anyway, Arkham Shadow.
Yes.
Why is it VR?
It looks so good though as a VR game.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to disagree with you kind of on that.
Is a flop?
Well, it limits your reach. That's the problem.
Well, it wasn't it's not a Rocksteady game. That's the thing there.
It's made by Camouflage, the people who made the Iron Man VR game.
So here's the thing. It's going to have free flow combat, and to punch, you literally punch your controllers like this. And I'm like, okay, it's just I don't like it being VR because I want to play this. It actually looks interesting.
That shot looks cool.
But I'm like, how are you going to do gliding and all that stuff too? I'm like,
well, that's one way to peak still.
Yeah, I know. It's one way to lose your lunch. It's a new weight loss technique. And here's Harvey Dent. So this could be your Harvey Dent idea, Deladia.
No, they're not doing the origin of Harvey Dent. I can confirm that.
Okay. Interesting.
Do you think it's going to get an expanded release to console and PC, or is it strictly going to be VR?
This is strictly VR, confirmed with the studios.
Yeah, VR games are hard to translate to console from a strictly game design standpoint.
Yeah, and what has been said is that this game will feature the origins of Harley Quinn and Scarecrow, and
so Arkham Origins.
Basically, it's a sequel to Arkham Origins. Yeah.
And by the way, Nick, I wanted to bring something up. They announced something at Summer Game Fest that's special for you.
Oh no.
A new Sonic game.
A new Sonic.
I mean, that's been rumored for a while, so yeah.
A new game for you to suck at and drive Nick's crazy. But I do like it as a statue. That's a nice statue. But so let's go to our final Q&A session for the night. Ask us any questions that you have, any burning questions about life, about anything.
Well, I have a question for JJheat.
Okay.
What's it like being a master?
Oh, I see what you did there.
You're on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
No, he is granted the rank of master. He's earned that right.
It's my show.
It's not fair.
Exactly. But any final questions before we wrap up and send y'all rolling?
Yeah, before we send Tladia to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, exactly. So I might as well just play this clip right now. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Here.
It's not possible.
Exodia.
You get rid of.
There you go.
All the clips you get rid of, that's the one you keep.
I like that clip. Impossible.
That's like the first time I've seen it like ever.
Yeah, I like that clip.
Obviously, you don't like it enough to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Dave's asking what games are we looking forward to?
Well, isn't that Wonder Woman game still coming out, or is it just delayed?
Supposedly.
We don't know. We don't know when it's going to come out.
There goes my prediction.
For me, Power Rangers has kind of skyrocketed to near the top of that list. But also the Suikoden 1 and 2 collection, I'm waiting for that. Also the Dragon Quest remaster. It looks like they're probably going to turn 3 into this remaster of the trilogy. Also
Weeb.
Oh my god.
By the way, back 2100 Samurai.
But it's in its final 48 hours.
I checked out the Sparking Zero chat. Man, this game. Okay. They're bringing What Ifs back, man. Look, this is crazy.
I had to bring that. I had to send that to you, JJheat, because I knew you go crazy.
All right, so explain to me, why is everyone freaking out about this?
Tell him. Please.
This game is a beloved franchise that was for fighting games. It's an arena fighting game type of game. So, and like, not only you could tell Dragon Ball stories, like the original timeline, but you could do what ifs now. Meaning, so you could do a what if scenario. Let's say, for example, Goku becomes a Super Saiyan at the Saiyan Saga, or, for example, in the Cell games, you have
what if the Dragon Ball Evolution movie was good?
Let's not ask for the impossible, Jim.
Did you hear that Zack Snyder was one of the directors considered to direct that movie?
Well, it might have been good in that case.
It might have been good in that case. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like for me and JJheat, definitely is Sparking Zero for us for this year, because like this year alone, because we don't know what the case is for the Wonder Woman game. I mean, that game is going to be next year for me. That's for sure. But yeah, Sparking Zero, because of the hype, because me and JJheat have been covering it since day one, literally. And yeah, it's like it's a day one pickup for me, and it's $100 for the Ultimate Edition.
That's not bad for an Ultimate Edition. Wow. And Dave asks, "What DC comics do you guys like right now?" Well, my first pick, it's not a DC comic, but it's damn good. Yaira issue 1 from the Repaverse.
Trader.
What? Short of some dialogue things where I think it could have been like tightened up a little bit, it's actually really good. I enjoyed that. And
Isn't
then
there another comic book you recommend?
Yeah, 2100 Samurai. The link is right in the chat. But as for, I do not recommend Tom King's Wonder Woman. That's for sure.
Oh, by the way, haven't you actually read issue 4?
Yes, and you know what? It's actually pretty. Issue 4 of 2100 Samurais is actually very good if you like bloody action. That is the book for you. So currently, also, I am reading this little book. You guys may know why this book is infamous. Batman Damned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get us demonetized, Jared. Not gonna lie.
This book does not have the Batwang. And by the way, I talked to Comic Historian about that. He thought it was funny. And I read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. So how about you, JJheat? You can start, and then we'll wrap up.
As for me, you can find me at JJheat Blaze or JJheat on YouTube. Please stay tuned for my.
No, I mean.
No.
What comics are you reading?
Oh, my fault. I thought we were on outros. Okay, right now I've completely fallen off on Chip Zdarsky's Batman run. I'm like, this isn't really going anywhere. I'm done. Like this story has been going on way too long. But I am reading, at least at this point, I'm reading Jay Garrick's Flash, Blue Beetle, Titans. I want to give a fair shake. I don't want to completely abandon Titans. And for my Damian Wayne retrospective, I'm reading the Black Label book by I forget the author right now, but it's pretty good. Those are the ones I'm mainly focused on right now. Sorry, I started my new job this week.
Good, dude.
My brain's kind of mush.
We've all had that moment, dude. How about you, Taladia?
Well, I've been reading Justice League New 52. That's been
the best run. The best run. So there you go.
The best run. That's what I've been into right now, and I'm also still reading New 52 Action Comics. I'm halfway through volume 1, so I'm reading through that, and I'm also reading Kingdom Come. I'm also starting that. I'm doing two or three books at one go. So that's what I'm doing.
How about you, Nick? What comic books are you reading?
I've been more kind of busy creating comics, to be honest. I've been working on finishing up Transformers 4. I also got some other ones on the horizon, so yeah.
By the way, aren't we covering a certain Bat comic in the future? A certain all-star, maybe?
Hey, now, you're an all-star.
Yeah, the Azarello Bermeo Bat versus Cold. Yeah, need more Bat.
We keep our masks on. It's better that way.
Batawang, yeah. Which franchise do you like better, Alien or Predator? Predator for me. Predator for me, because I like Alien, don't get me wrong. I'm not as into space horror as I am with just, it's like this way, Predator is the most manly movie ever.
I'm right here. Come on, kill me.
Kill me, do it. I'm right here, do it. And it's like, Dylan, USOB, boom, and there's like glistening muscles and.
Oh, Jared.
Yeah.
If we ever meet, we have to recreate that. Jared.
Yeah, we will.
Son of a biscuit.
Yeah. So, all right, I think that's a good place to leave it. So, Taladia, where can one find you and what we got coming out in your channel?
So you guys can follow me on Twitter at TaladiaPlays_ over on Twitter or X. And on YouTube, you can find me at TaladiaPlays on my channel. Well, I might be doing a stream tomorrow and just recap some of Game Fest and talk about the Arkhamverse and whatnot. I might just do a stream before we do movie night. So Jared and the rest of the gang are more welcome to join me for that. Also, I will be doing My Adventure with Superman on Sunday, Jared, episode 4. It's father-daughter episode. So that's what we'll be reacting to.
There's only one father-daughter in this freaking series, and I'm like, no.
So Jared will be and I will be reacting to it.
Nick's has the appropriate reaction.
Yes, exactly. No, I need that Darth Vader drop. I'll get it as soon as I'm done with this.
But yeah, but basically, yeah, we'll be reacting to that, and then next week is Snyder Fans Read Comics as always. So Jared obviously get the image for me and whatnot. We'll be doing part 2 of Throne of Atlantis.
Is season 2 better than season 1 so far? It's a low bar, but still, no, it's not. Character designs suck. But anyway, so here's my reaction whenever Taladia says we're gonna review My Adventure with Superman. Me right now. As for me, Britt and I are gonna go on a rant this episode about toxic fandom and the DC fandom, and in terms of like next week's Under Two Capes, I'll update you guys. So we're gonna be reviewing for movie night tomorrow or Sunday, depending. I have a thing that I'm trying to schedule.
I'm not available for movie night tomorrow.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about Judge Dredd, and as for next week's movie night, we are going to be either doing a Halo movie or I'll pick something else. I'm still figuring. I have some options, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. So, JJheat, how about you?
You can find me at JJheat75 or at Twitter/X or JJheat Blaze on YouTube. Stay tuned for my Mass Effect playthrough. Come out tomorrow at 8 a.m. and my Dikamu retrospective that should premiere later that day. But you're definitely going to get my Damian Wayne review by Sunday, so stay tuned for that.
All right, Grandpa.
Well, all you river sniffers, you can follow me on X at the Phoenix Press. YouTube, search the same. I'll be doing a convention this weekend, so if you live at or near the Detroit, Michigan area, I'll be at Downriver Comic Con at the Lincoln Park High School in Lincoln Park, Michigan. Also, at 8 o'clock, I'll be doing The Witcher, Henry Cavill edition. If you've seen my streams, you'll know what that's about.
So
and then on Sunday, and then on Sunday, we are starting the new series for House of the Dragon. We're going to be recapping season 1 in preparation for season 2 launching next week. So that'll be really cool. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, also screw you, Jared.
Okay. The Stallone, Carl Urban, and Comic Judge crossed over in the Christmas special. Oh, God. Yeah, it's going to be the Carl Urban one, the good one, in other words. All right, so everyone, stay heroic. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs with General Zod. Zoe is the Max about for life. See you later.